Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Queen Space Conversations. I'm your host, Mary MJ Harper, and today I'm excited to welcome into the Queen Space my friend and inspiring sister, Miss Anntreece Jones, international film director, producer, writer, and award recipient. Join us for a seat at the table as we discuss creative entrepreneurship, faith, family, and friendship. So come on in the room. Let's get started. Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Queen Space Conversations. I am so excited to have our special guest here with us today, Miss Anntreece Jones.
Hi, everybody.
The founder, the CEO of Anntreece Jones Productions. Anntreece is one of our Inspiring Women Award recipients. She's the first recipient of the MJ Harper Fine Arts Award, given through the Inspiring Women's Award Gala. And she is just a phenomenal person. She is an international film award recipient, and she's going to tell us some more about that. Most importantly, she's my friend. And she is coming into the Queen Space for just some girl talk and conversation, and we are just enjoying each other today.
Yes.
So you've already gotten a chance to try my fried pies.
Woo. Yes.
So this one I did was a caramel apple
Okay.
pie. It started off as an empanada because I used the Mexican dough at first.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I wonder if I use like regular pie crust. If I make like a regular crust, how to do.
Okay.
So this is my first feed at making my own dough.
Okay.
And my caramel apple mixture. So you have to give me your honest opinion. So,
Okay.
and I'm trying this batch today too.
Okay.
So
Here we go.
we're gonna try it together.
Okay.
It's flaky.
It's flaky. It's buttery. You can taste the freshness of the apple. You can taste it melts in your mouth. Oh my God. This is like
the assignment.
This like the Big Mama pie.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Yes,
Big
ma'am.
Mama's pie, like old school.
Good.
Okay. This is it.
Okay, so if
This
you
gonna
had to rate it, let's see. If you had to rate the crust on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being your best and 1 being your least, 3 somewhere in between there, a little tweaking needed, what would you rate the crust?
It's Big Mama's crust, so 5.
All right.
Flaky, light, crisp. You can taste it. It has all the flavors you can imagine. It screams Big Mama.
That's it. I'm not Big Mama, but I'll be Auntie.
Hey, Auntie got the recipe down.
Okay, we want to tell the people about you.
Yes.
So I've got lots of questions for you. So first of all, tell us who Anntreece Jones is professionally.
So professionally, I have taken a step into the TV and film industry, taking my stage plays and trying to bring them to fruition and put them on TV. However, that has been quite a journey. I ended up putting some of my work inside of film festivals overseas. Okay. So a lot of my support is overseas.
Okay.
I just, it ain't nobody but God.
Yeah.
Okay. With the process with doing things and putting it on TV, it's a lot of steps and requirements that a person has to go through that you don't think you would have to face to go through. So it's different from just loading it onto a platform, depending on what you're trying to do, going through a network or what have you. But I would say that the only reason why my content hasn't been seen yet is because it's not allowed. When networks and things like that want to feel like this is theirs, you can't load your stuff to different platforms. You can't load it to YouTube. You can't load it. They don't want it. They want to feel like they are exclusively the ones, hey, we have first dibs on the content. This is ours, per se. You know, it's mine. They want to say blocked or whatever, content that I'm producing or directing or whatever, or I have written is theirs. So that's the only reason why people haven't seen it. Now, people in the film festival circuits have seen it. Okay. But again, I have remastered it. I had to go in once I got connected to who I got connected to. They told me, hey, you're going to have to reshoot this. And you're going to have to make it fit for TV. It's good for the film festivals, but it's not good enough for TV. Okay. So I had to go in and reshoot it, expand it, and make it more fittable for TV. Okay. So, it's different. You have so many independent filmmakers or whatever, and you don't know the ins and outs of how TV works and how, so it's been not a difficult journey, but it's been a journey. Okay. It's been a journey worth going through. Enduring a lot of pain, a lot of setbacks, a lot of different things. But me as a person, I'm that director, that filmmaker that I want my vision to be seen and brought out the right way. Yes. So I have no problem resetting if I need to. I have no problem starting over if I need to, because whatever I got to do to make sure it's right, me as a professional director, filmmaker, producer, I'm going to do that. Yes. Yeah. You have to put in the work. Oh, you're going to have to sacrifice a lot, so it's not easy, but it's worth it. Yeah. It's worth it.
And then that was my next question, like, what would you tell, aspiring artists, aspiring actors and actresses, producers, directors? What would be your advice to them, to those who are just really getting started out and, trying to build a career?
I would say first you need to make sure you're able to separate business from personal. You have to leave the two separate, because you can't intertwine the two. And I say that because you have people that you try to go forward with in business that think that personal plays a factor, and you have to be able to separate the two. Because your business area, there's no sister, there's no brother, there's no cousin, there's no wife, there's no auntie, there's no nothing. Here, I'm boss. You have to be stern in your faith, because you're going to come across some things that is going to knock you back and it's going to make you want to quit. Yes. You're going to hit some milestones where you're going to want to quit. You can't. You have to keep going. I don't care what it is. Some people be like, oh no, this is not worth it. I cannot do this. You have to have some endurance, because that endurance is what's going to make the reward worth even more sweet. Yeah. So, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Another thing, your faith. Again, I gotta say faith again. So faith, again. Yeah. Faith again. So I have to bring this up. I was watching the movie Deliverance. Okay. The end part was so powerful for me. As a film director, I was looking at some things continuity-wise, critiquing, because it's hard for me to watch TV like everybody else. I'm just like,
I'm the same way now with Sarah being in the house. I don't get to enjoy movies the same way anymore. Right. Because she's like, oh no, Mom, did you see how they did this and did that? And I'm like, oh my God. So now I sit up, I do the same thing. So.
Right. So once you get into the film industry, you do not watch TV the same. So, but the end of this movie, Deliverance, she said something off in there. She said, when you speak, if it doesn't have faith, if you don't have faith in what you speak, it's just words. And when she got the calling out and she got the speaking against that against the enemy or whatever, and the first lady, the minister died, but she really had, it seemed like she really just, you can tell when God took over.
Yeah.
It was so powerful. It was so powerful. And that's the same way you got to be about your business.
Yeah.
You have to believe that God can, He will. You have to be able to bind the enemy. You have to be able to tell the enemy you are a liar. You have no place here. Yes. And you got to flee.
Yes.
Because God has a promise on your life, on your vision, on whatever you create. And you have to walk with power. And that power is your faith.
Absolutely. And I'm a strong believer in you have to speak it into the atmosphere. When you think about sound, sound penetrates the atmosphere. You know, it penetrates the environment. So when you speak things into the atmosphere and you speak them with faith, you're shifting the atmosphere. And you can shift things and turn things around, you know, for your behalf. Because the Bible says the power of life and death lies in the soul of the tongue. So you have power in the words that you speak. Most definitely. You know, and God has given us the ability as His children to turn things around or to speak things into fruition. That's why it says, but faith without works is dead. So you can say a thing all night and all day long, but sometimes you got to be willing to do like Mary said, get up and go get it. Go get your blessing. You know what I'm saying? You got to pursue, you know, just like the Bible says, you know, when the Lord was talking to David, you got to pursue that thing, you know. You can't just sit up and wait for it to happen. And, you know, I think about that story in the Bible about how David and the men came back from war and their camp had been destroyed and all their women were gone and the children were gone and the men began to blame David. And David had to have a moment of reckoning by itself because, I mean, man, you can imagine as a leader that was difficult, you know, and sometimes as entrepreneurs, as business people, as leaders, you know, people don't always know the load that we carry, the burden that we carry, you know, and tears that we cry in private, in the bathroom, in the tub, in the car, before we get out and go in. People don't know, you know. But what I like about that scripture is how it talks about how David encouraged himself, you know. And sometimes that's what we have to do. We have to encourage ourselves. We have to motivate ourselves. We have to speak life into ourselves and energy into ourselves. And it's always a blessing when we have people who love us and support us and add to that, you know. But, you know, sometimes we have to understand that, you know, what God has called me to do.
But sometimes you might not have it.
Yeah, you might not have
You might not have that support. That's another thing. You might not have that family support. You might not have that. You might not have anybody telling you, hey, come on, you can keep going. You know, you might not have that. So if you're a type of person that has to have the pat on the back, has to have the people behind you, you're gonna give up. Because support isn't always where you think it's gonna come from. Where I thought certain support was gonna come from. Oh no. Yeah. Oh no. And I said right here on Cream Space, I got family that sit here and see my content, see what I'm trying to do. And I will see them share and tag other businesses and other things and whatever got going on. And never tag or say anything about what I got going on.
Let's just give a disclaimer or disclosure. If you're looking to go into entrepreneurship, do not expect your family and your friends to be your number one supporters.
No.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen because a lot of times your family and your friends, they don't see who you are right now. They don't see you as an entrepreneur, as a businesswoman, as a professional.
No.
They still see little Anntreece.
Mm-hmm.
They still see little Treacy,
mm-hmm.
or whatever they call you.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, sometimes that tunnel vision or that
mm-hmm.
cap never comes off their eyes. And it's not that they don't support you or love you, or you know, or don't want to see you win. It's just like they have you in this box, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like my favorite, one of my parts of my favorite movie,
mm-hmm.
Dirty Dancing,
mm-hmm.
when Patrick Swayze walked over the baby sitting in the corner with her mama and daddy, and he stood up and he said, "Don't nobody put baby in a corner." You know, and I was like, I love that. You know, no, don't nobody put baby in a corner. And,
Nobody.
And I took that, and you know, I started applying that when I saw that different people, different groups, family, friends, so on and so forth, were locking me into who I used to be
Right.
10, 15, 20 years
Mm-hmm.
ago. You know what I'm saying? Even a young girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm, you know, I'm proud of my age. I'm 49, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, you know, folks still see you
mm-hmm.
as a certain person.
Mm-hmm.
And so those are not going to be the people who support what you do
No.
the most.
No.
You know, I know for myself, one of the things that are challenges that I've had to overcome as I'm growing and evolving is with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the support that I get, and it's very minimal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just is what it is. It's minimal to non-existent.
Right.
You know, and I used to, you know, carry my feelings about that. You know, but God just kind of had to reveal some things to me. Even from the point that I started
Mm-hmm.
the Inspiring Women's Award Gala,
Mm-hmm.
and the people that He's allowed me to be connected to.
Mm-hmm.
Through that,
Mm-hmm.
through that networking, through building the Inspiring Women's Alliance and things like that, these women have become family,
Right.
you know, and supportive family.
Mm-hmm.
And they're supportive because they can identify, because we're all entrepreneurs,
Right.
you know, community workers, philanthropists, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So we can identify
Right.
with each other, and we can identify with what we go through and what we face.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes when people don't identify
Right.
with what the struggle is, they don't get it, they don't
Right.
understand
Mm-hmm.
it, and they really don't, you know, appreciate the respect
No.
that should come with
Okay.
it. Because, you know, I saw a girlfriend of mine, Nikki Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
and I know it was a repost because I've seen it before, but she posted recently a repost, and it said, entrepreneurship is not for the weak.
It's not.
You know,
It's not.
It's not for the weak.
And people think, oh, because, you know, I get to choose my own time and I get to. No, baby.
Mhm.
It is bigger than that.
Yeah.
It requires more.
Yeah.
It is a different level of endurance. Again, you know, patience, long suffering,
Mhm.
you know, all those things, you know, because you can sit up here and think that, okay, you can have this plan. For example, my plan was, I knew, okay, I got a group of people, they're willing to they knew I didn't have the funds to pay to compensate everybody, so everybody was in agreement that, you know, hey, they believed in my vision, so they was like, okay, if you're gonna film or whatever, we want to be a part of that vision or whatever, fine, okay, good, great. I'm thinking, we're gonna film it, I'm gonna present it, it's gonna get picked up, and we're gonna be booming rich.
Yeah.
It's been 3 years.
Wow.
It's been 3 years. 3 years. I looked at other filmmakers. Some of them it took 10 years. Some of them it took so many years
Mhm.
before it just took off.
Yeah.
I even watched on the Emmys one time where it was a gentleman on there, and he said, I got 160 no's. And he said that 161, I got my yes.
Yeah.
Like Tyler Perry said, that one yes.
Yeah.
But however, it is one of those things that when I started, you have this big vision and you think it's gonna go this way as an entrepreneur, and you don't realize the obstacles that you're supposed to have to cross in order to get there.
Yeah.
God say it's good you just got the vision. It's good you can see the light.
Mhm.
But what are you gonna do when you see what it's gonna take to get there?
Mhm.
what is going to happen when you hit these valleys in this course? What are you going to do when you hit these mountains? And as an entrepreneur, you're going to face things up and down, up and down, up and down. I mean, anything worth having,
it's worth fighting.
It's worth fighting for.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta be willing to fight for it.
Gotta be willing.
What would you tell that young person or that looks on their social media platform and they're following this person, they're following that person, and they're like, why is success coming to this one? And I've been out here longer than them, or we've been out here at the same time, or, you know, my content is this, and, you know, constantly comparing themselves to other, you know, influencers and things of that nature. How would you advise them to stay focused on what they're doing in comparison to what other people have going on?
That person is me.
Okay.
That person is me. I look at other filmmakers and I be like, dang, they got it going on. Mm-hmm. They got their content out there. They doing great things. And the first thing God say, don't you covet. Mm-hmm. Don't you covet what you think look good. Mm-hmm. You have no idea the pain or what they're going through, or if they took any loops, curves, or dives to get there.
Yeah. You don't know.
You cannot look at people and feel like you're not making it. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you, right now, I don't have no big fancy house. Mm-hmm. I don't have no big fancy cars. Mm-hmm. I don't have none of that. Mm-hmm. We live in a regular old house and go to Walmart and do just like everybody else.
Like everybody else.
Go to Family Dollar, try to make ends meet, paying bills, just like everybody else. Mm-hmm. Just like everybody else. Mm-hmm. God took me, my faith, and I made that one step, and God blew me around the world. My following, if you go to my page, it's people from the Philippines, from Bangladesh, India, oh my God, Dubai, just all over. You know, people from all. That's my support system.
And congratulations, because you just celebrated what, 50,000 followers? Or 30,000?
It was 35.
35,000 followers.
Oh, but they gonna get it there. Watch, they gonna.
Yes.
they push.
Yes.
And you know what? In my thing, I'm glad we're talking about the support, because God will send you total strangers.
Yes, He will.
God will send you total strangers to support you. I don't know these people. Mm-hmm. I've never seen them in my life. But God has made them. It's like now, mm-hmm. if you say a name, I can tell you, okay, yeah, I know who that is. Mm-hmm. They're way overseas.
Yeah. But
they're so involved with my content. And they're so supportive of my content. And I love them for that.
Yeah.
I love them for that.
This is the queen space.
I'm going to say it.
Open. Come on, say it.
I'm going to say it. Because I mean it. It seemed like when they started supporting me, mm-hmm. my people mm-hmm. fell back.
Yeah.
And I ask my husband every day, mm-hmm. why is that?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is it that we fell back? And it's like they just swamped me.
Yeah.
He said, because God is repositioning you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes He's repositioning you to a place where other people can see God's vision of you, mm-hmm. God's view of you. Mm-hmm. Where you have people over here that have a small view of you. Mm-hmm. He'll shift you and put you in a view of somebody else.
Yeah.
So don't look at it like, oh, they not. He said, because they see you.
Yeah.
They still see you.
Absolutely. They still watching. They still scrolling and looking. They just not hitting that like button.
Right.
You know, they don't want you to know they looking, but they looking.
Right.
You know?
God say, expand your mind. You need to have a world vision.
Yeah.
World support. World inspiration.
Yeah.
Stop limiting yourself. Say, because I'm a big guy. I'm just not here in Fort Worth.
Yes.
I'm not just here in Dallas. God say, I'm the ruler of it all.
Yes.
And I can take you anywhere. I can take you places man can't. So stop limiting your vision, your view on just here.
Yeah. I had some pastors, a couple of different pastors reach out to me from Pakistan and India. And we're like, we want you to minister. You know, we want you to minister to our people. You know, we can set it up via Zoom. They were even like, we'll fly you over. Well, you know, I ain't going nowhere over there right now. But, you know, we'll fly you over, come minister to the people. And, you know, I had the nerve to say, oh, Pakistan, you know. And I was like, you know,
why not?
And the Lord just convicted me of that. And he was like, did you really just...
Why not? You know? Let me tell you something. My following... You know, I talk about God all the time. And I say stuff about Jesus.
Yeah.
My following is Muslims.
Yeah.
From all over the world.
Yeah.
They support me. We all serve God.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all may have different things that we go by, but our source is the same.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Go.
I did though. I did.
You did?
I did go. I did do it. And so they reached out to me, but you know that was my perspective when they first reached out. I kind of had my nose turned up, you know, like I ain't doing, you know, I don't know. That's somebody trying to spam me. That's somebody trying, you know. I just thought about all these different things, but you know that conviction did, you know, come to me. It was like, okay, you're saying enlarge my territory. You're saying open these doors. And so, you know, here I am with this opportunity to minister in Pakistan. And I took the opportunity and I was able to minister to a congregation of over 5,000 people. Sitting right in my living room. You know, and minister to the congregation, you know. And so your gift will make room for you.
It will. God said, if you trust me with it, I'm going to expand it.
Yes.
It's going to be enough to feed the multitude.
Yes.
And that's exactly what you did.
Yeah.
It was favor on your 5 and your 2.
Sometimes you have to look at what you've done and what you've accomplished. And it's okay to be proud of yourself.
Yeah.
But
you know what?
Yes.
We make it seem like, oh, you're not being humble.
Yes.
Oh, you need to stay humble. Oh, you must say, God say, oh, you gonna water down what I'm doing for you because they don't want you to be proud of the doors I'm opening for you?
Yeah.
Can't nobody tell me to stay humble. God doing too much for me.
Absolutely.
So sit quietly on what he's blessing me with. Forget to stay humble.
Yeah.
Forget that.
Yeah.
Shout and praise God for what he's doing. God didn't tell you in his word to stay humble when he blessed you. He said, with sound instruments, with praising, lift me up, glorify me, give me my glory before I take it back. God said, this ain't you're doing, this is my doing.
Yes.
I need you to be happy about what I'm doing for you.
Yes.
So I tell anybody, forget the being humble. Forget it. Throw that out the window. Because guess what? Them same people that's telling you to be humble ain't gonna be the ones to support you. Ain't gonna be the ones to be there when you need them to come through, when you need them to show up. The whole time they're sitting back in what's name, looking at you, waiting on you to fail, speaking on your demise, sitting up there, I guess she doing a little something or whatever. Yeah, but you was telling me to stay humble. And in the moment that I would say, you know what, God, I'm just to walk in your glory.
Yeah.
I'm just to walk in this boldly, proudly. They'll fade away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they can't handle it. Yeah, that's God that you see.
Yeah.
Not me. That's God.
Now we've talked about who you are as Anntreece Jones. You know, the professional woman. But now we want to talk about who you are, you know, as a woman, as a wife, as a mother, as a friend. So, you are married.
Yes.
For how long and to whom?
This will be 23 years. November.
Oh wow! Look, you said that like you excited.
23 years to Mr. Herbert Jones.
Oh, that's awesome. So
We have 3 children.
Okay.
A 23-year-old, Draylon.
Girl, you do not look like you got no 23-year-old.
Yes,
Nothing.
I do. I have a 23-year-old,
Oh wow.
Draylon, and
Okay.
then my 11-year-old, Josiah, and my
Okay.
9-year-old, Miss Journey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have MS. You know, I have multiple sclerosis.
Okay.
So, still trying to show my kids how to be strong and power through things. And they have autism. All 3 of them.
Oh wow.
So I'm an autism mom.
Okay.
And I have MS. So, still trying to power through my own health issues
Yes.
and be a strong example for them while I embody them because they all are different on the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
So they all 3 of them come to me something different.
Okay.
They all got their super energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
They little superpowers.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, you know,
Yes.
I want you to do this.
Mhm.
Then I gotta explain this to this one.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
so being an autism mom and being a woman who is an entrepreneur, and having an autoimmune disease, and being a wife, because you know that the wife part come first.
Yes.
Yes. Wife first. God first. Wife.
Mm-hmm.
Kids.
Mm-hmm.
Business.
Yeah.
Trying to keep those things in order. And me as a wife, I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I fall short and I put them out of order.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just being real. Sometimes I find myself business first instead of God first. Sometimes I find myself kids first instead of husband first. Sometimes I find myself back in business.
Mm-hmm.
I find myself more at business than I do these other places because I feel like that's what's supporting these things. Not calling them things, but these categories. My kids, my husband. Yeah. I feel like the business is what comes in the forefront because as an entrepreneur, and it's just you. If you don't go out there and make the money for your business just gonna be sitting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the downside.
Yeah.
Because I have to work when I don't want to work.
Mm-hmm.
Versus me being able to call in and put some time, use some of my sick time, and I don't get no sick time when you don't get sick time when you're an entrepreneur. You don't get paid time off when you're an entrepreneur. You know, you don't get that. And trying to explain it to my kids sometimes is what's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
My husband understands this, but at the same time, I'm so drained that I don't have enough time for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I sure miss time with my kids.
Yeah.
But it's like whatever you need, whatever you want to do, we can go do it. But money don't buy that time. Things, material things don't buy and make up that time. My kids want me. And that's what gets me sometimes on the personal end with people when it comes to my business that they don't see. I lost a friend because she felt like I wasn't there for her enough. Mm-hmm. Not looking at, you only looking at yourself. Mm-hmm. You ain't looking at the fact that I got a business, I got kids, I have a autoimmune disease that I'm warring with. I have my husband. I'm not supposed to put you before that. I done did what I need to do for you.
Yeah.
I done been there all that I can.
Yeah.
I don't see you overexerting yourself for me. I don't see. I have all these multiple categories. I have 2 businesses. I use one business to take care of another business. You know how hard that is?
Oh, I know.
To have to work 24/7 at one job just so you can fund a vision or another company that's not producing money. Oh my God!
They don't know the half. They don't know the half has not been told.
You have nothing. I've cried many a days.
Yeah.
I've toiled many of nights. I went to bed and woke up and couldn't walk plenty of days, but still made it to the workplace. Still had to bypass my kids and my husband, say, I see y'all. I'm getting up leaving to go to work at almost 5 or 6 in the morning. I'll see y'all tonight. Coming home and still trying to create some type of content. They sleep. Husband on time. And I'm still focused on my other business. Like, you have no idea what kind of pressure I'm up under. So, I didn't lose a friend, but she lost a friend.
Exactly.
But my thing is, never think that another person's life is, they got to put their life on hold for you. When life is lifing for them.
Yeah.
Life is lifing for me. Yeah, you see pretty pictures of me. Yeah, you see me. Yeah, I take time. I work hard. If I decide to go do something for me, that's for me. Don't predicate my time for me. I'm doing something for you.
Yeah.
I need to find some balance. I need to make some time within my day. And in the process, I need to trust you that you're going to allow the finances to be there, because all I can think about is what I got to take care of.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that. And then when you have them pressures on you, people don't want to admit to it, but it do. Suicide come up.
Yeah.
You think,
Giving up.
hey, they'll be better off without me. And you have to say, God, take that thought away from me.
Yeah.
Bind that.
Yes.
Bind that, God.
I'm so glad that you said it, because I've experienced that.
Right.
I've experienced it. I've got one daughter, and I've had those feelings, you know, where I felt like, you know, no matter what I do, I'm failing. I'm not gonna get ahead. I'm not gonna get above. I'm tired of struggling. Maybe I just gonna let her cash in on this life insurance policy, and I just, you know, it's so many people who have been there. And the thing about it is, so many times they don't feel like they have anyone that they can talk to about that. They don't have anyone that they feel they can share that with. They're embarrassed about it or whatever. And so sometimes you have a lot of people who you would least expect it dealing, and I know what I'm talking about, you know, even just, you know, having a relationship with different entrepreneurs and, you know, my different community partners that are out here helping people and blessing people, and they're steady giving, and little do you know, they're dealing with their own suicidal ideation in their mind, and they're feeling overwhelmed with, you know, where they are in life, but they're still doing the work and they're still giving out. So never underestimate the commitment, the strain, the effort, everything that comes with being an entrepreneur. You're not gonna walk in the door and it just be easy and everything be handed to you. You know, I don't care what you're trying to do in life, whether you're trying to be an entrepreneur, whether you're trying to be an actor or an actress, whether you're trying to be a professional counselor or motivational speaker or whatever, there is some work that's going to have to come with it. There's going to be some heartbreak that comes with it. There's going to be some disappointments that come with it. Because see, if you got everything coming to you easy and simple, I really don't want to hear what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to hear from somebody who can tell me, I've been where you're at right now. You know, I understand. I get it. It makes sense. You know, this is how you press through it. This is how you get through it. I don't want to talk to somebody, you know, that's just, you know, everything. All I do is win, win, win. Yeah, I love the song, but no, that's not life. You know, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. No. I love the song. It's a catchy phrase, but it's not realistic. You're going to take some L's. You have to have those experiences. I have to ask, do you style yourself? Do you have someone that styles you? Because you are looking for, every time I see you, you are always so well put together.
So, I love Amazon. I'm an Amazon shopper.
There you go.
I love sitting on Amazon and scrolling and piecing together stuff.
Okay.
So a lot of times I piece together my stuff. I've had a few outfits made.
Okay.
By the beautiful Christy Paul.
Okay. Yes, I know Christy.
So some of my photo shoots, one when I was in all white, Christy made that. And she also made another outfit for me when I was in orange. And I did that photo shoot downtown Fort Worth. So she made some of those pieces for me. But the idea of them and stuff like that, you know, I came up with the idea of it, you know, with her help, you know, to help, you know, bring it to life. But my outfits, oh, that's all me.
Okay.
That's all me.
I'm gonna have to get Christy on the show because I found out about Christy, or I first learned about her because I used to work with her sister some years ago, and you know, just through the acquaintance, you know, we connected, Facebook friends, and I was like always so intrigued by her, you know, by her age and how hip she was, and I'm like, oh, that sister got it going. Oh, she fly, she knows she fly.
Oh yeah,
you know. So and so people be sleeping on Miss Christy.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah,
baby, she's one of my inspirations.
Yeah, so Christy Paul, I'm gonna have to get you out here. I'm gonna have to get you on the show. When did you know that being a filmmaker was your gift and your calling?
I didn't. Let me tell you, if it wasn't for COVID and the fear of me not being able to go inside of a theater, it took COVID for me to pivot to TV and film. Because it was right when I was like, okay, I'm just do the stage plays, and I'm just go into the theaters, and I'm just to, you know, start there. And guys, I mean, that shut down. When everything closed down. I said, God, what I'm gonna do now?
Yeah.
He said, what you mean you gonna do? What you mean? You gonna go to TV. You see, it's still thumping.
Yeah.
It's still thriving. This social media, you supposed to see what it's supposed to happen. And it blew up. I said, okay, God. And ever since COVID, ever since 2020, I've been on this train.
Okay.
And again, it's just like, okay, God, I'm doing what you told me to do. Wasn't God say, you worried about your content being seen on TV. Look at the work I'm doing to put you in position so when you get that yes, it's a yes beyond what you can imagine.
Yes. Yes.
He said, I'm trying to build up I'm trying to what you asked me for, I'm trying to shift and build that up for you. You said you want to go on TV. Everything that they're going to require from you when you go sit down at that table, I'm trying to put in place for you. I'm trying to get the audience together. I'm trying to get you together. Because that's why I got to take you through some things so that when you get ready to face these next things with these new devils on this next level, you already know how to handle this. So you done been through the pain of this. You done saw this. You done felt that. So he said, I'm cultivating you. I got you in the soil and I'm stirring you around and I'm getting ready to take you and mold you into something for this next journey. And it's just like, you know, okay, God. Okay. I'm trusting you. I'm trusting you. I'm quit whining. Put on my big girl.
Obedient. Put on my big girl panties. And you know, God kind of gave me, not kind of, he did give me in 2018 when I was, you know, building pay it forward projects. The Lord just said to me, because I was like, okay, God, I gotta get this storage unit. I need to do this. This is becoming an expense. I'm coming out of pocket for this. You know, I need to get these donations. How do you want me to do this? You keep giving me all these things to do. I'm trying to do it, and you ain't sending me no money.
Where the money?
Where's the money? How Cuba said it. Cuba Gooding said, show me the money. And I'm like,
and Kanye West was like, I don't want the fame. I just want the money.
I just want the money. You know, just you know, hey, you know, you want me to do all this, and so I was like, what am I gonna do? And God just simply said to me, you take care of my business, and I'll take care of yours. You know. And so I just began to walk in that purpose and walk in that faith that if I take care of God's business and I do what it is He's given me to do and I'm obedient, then if it's something that He has truly given me, to do, then he's a provisional God.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing I like about the God I serve. I can't tell y'all about nobody else's God. I can't tell y'all about nobody else's faith. This is my disclaimer. I don't try to woo anybody religiously. I'm just going to tell you that the God that I serve is a provisional God. You know, and that he opens doors and he makes ways, and he's not going to lead you to something and leave you stranded. You know? And the thing about it is, when you carry yourself with integrity, with the spirit of integrity, and you walk in your purpose, and you're confident in who you are and in what God has given you to do, and the anointing that God has put on your life, there's a respect that comes with that. You know what I'm saying? And people will look at you differently. People will respect you differently. And that goes right back to what I was saying about, you know, our family members and our friends, and they put baby in the corner. You know, they put baby in a corner, they put baby in a box. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay. Guess what? You can put me in a box, and you can put me in a box with 4 corners. And you can think you can limit me to 1 corner, but guess what? It's 3 other corners. I still got to work around the room. So even if people try to put you in a box, don't let them limit you, because you got 3 other corners you can bounce off of. So don't let them put baby in the corner. You know what I'm saying? Because when God has given you purpose, and he has given you destiny, and he has birthed something within you, you know, and we talk about these different things that we do, and we use it metaphorically a lot of times, or I've birthed a baby, and you know, God has birthed this vision with me. Okay, that's great, but I don't know nobody, even anyone that had a C-section or epidural, whatever, I don't know anybody that went through the process of childbirth that did not experience discomfort at some level.
Excruciating pain.
You know?
I had 3 C-sections.
Hey.
And the healing process from that.
The healing process. It's all a process. From the moment that pregnancy happened, there's a change in you. You know? So even when God births something within you, the moment that he births that, or he plants that seed in you, it's going to be, like you say, I felt something. It's going to be a shifting, because you can't remain the same when you've been impregnated. It's going to show. It's going to show. Are you going to birth the baby? Or you know,
what are you gonna do?
Are you gonna lose it? You know, because sometimes God can give us a gift, and he can impregnate us with something, and we can abort our own pregnancies, or we can cause our own gifts or purpose or anointing to miscarry, because we mishandled what God has given for us. You know,
or allow situations and put ourselves in situations to where we did end up miscarrying it, because we allowed different things to happen that we should have said no to. Just like somebody saying, hey, here, take this drink. You know, okay, well, when it comes to your vision, hey, let's go do X, Y, and Z, or, you know, absorbing negative energy, things like that can cause that stress, you know, just all that kind of stuff. Something that God has worked on me this year, because this year has been a very painful year, relationship-wise, you know, just with people. God, I feel like God took me through all of that, because where he's taking me to, I had to learn how to control this, this, and this. I had to put these 3 things in order, because, and try not to respond emotionally to things. God said, how can I take you where you're going to, and everything that come your way, you responded emotionally to it. And I just want to tell somebody, you know, sometimes you got to take your emotions out of things. You know what I'm saying? Because we can immediately, just because we're hurt, and immediately because we to respond the wrong way, to react the wrong way, or whatever. I'm not talking about being stern and bold in how you feel. I'm talking about in a sense of where you prematurely make a decision to exit. When God got you on a journey and you say, oh, well, they didn't, what's the name mean? I'm out. Control these things. Keep them in order, because this, you got to tame it. This, you got to guard it. This, it's a playground. So you got to keep the three things in order. Keep them in
Yeah.
perspective. You know what I'm saying? And don't let one outdo the other. Hey, all three of y'all need to
Get it together.